As your Chancellor, I've had the privilege to meet many of you and your outstanding faculty and staff during my visits to 60 of the SUNY campuses. Some of you joined me on the rooftops of homes in Puerto Rico as we helped repair the damage caused by Hurricanes Irma and Maria. SUNY Maritime sent its training ship, the Empire State 6, and about 500 cadets, while more than 30 campuses sent students and faculty to Puerto Rico during the summer of 2018 and this year's winter break. Others of you volunteered your time with me to assemble comfort bags at Downstate Medical Center as part of SUNY's Got Your Back campaign. Still others of you at Clinton Community College shared with me the latest advancements in manufacturing taking place within the Institute for Advanced Manufacturing, a 30,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility designed and equipped to provide the best hands-on technology training and support. At Cortland, I celebrated your sesquicentennial and met exceptional students, including those in our Educational Opportunity Program. And at Cobleskilll, students and faculty introduced me to the GPS-equipped John Deere tractor that, with the help of a series of satellites, moves along preset lines through a training field behind Curtis Mott Hall on campus. Many of you also took a selfie with me, such as those of you at Nassau Community College. That selfie landed in the pages of Newsday. I learned at SUNY Canton how the esports team is giving students a unique sense of school pride and expanding our concept of collegiate competition. And I don't think there's any better state for food than our own great state of New York. Our culinary programs are among the finest. To the students who created my inauguration ice cream at SUNY Morrisville, I will never forget how delicious it tasted. At Stony Brook University, we inducted one of my mentors and your alumnus, President Emeritus John Hennessy, into the Distinguished Alumni Hall of Fame. Thank you for including me in discussions about your research, applied learning opportunities, poetry, and inventions. The saying goes that success breeds success, and with your diploma
I work.
Please remain standing. There we go. Please remain standing. The Schoharie County Honor Guard will post the colors, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, led by one of our graduating students, Senior Airman Megan Kottner, United States Air Force. We also ask that you join us along with the SUNY Cobleskilll Choir, led by Christina Johnson, in singing our national anthem.
Guard, halt! Color bearers, post your colors! Riflemen, present, halt!
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Arms, about, face, color guard. Shoulder, off. Forward, work.
President Terenzio, on behalf of the faculty, I have the distinct pleasure and privilege to declare the opening of the 101st Annual Commencement Ceremony at the State University of New York College of Agriculture and Technology at Cobleskilll. Thank you, and it's not raining. Yeah.
He stole my line. Please be seated, and as you're seating, he doesn't know this, but I think we should give a round of applause to Professor Bruce Wright. This is his last commencement after serving for 42 years at SUNY Cobleskilll. Welcome to the 2019 commencement of the State University of New York College of Agriculture and Technology at Cobleskilll, affectionately known as Kobe. Our graduates today will have the distinction to be the 101st class to pass through SUNY Cobleskilll, joining the ranks of highly accomplished alumni and alumnae who have demonstrated their power of the SUNY Cobleskilll degree. Welcome to our distinguished guest, Secretary Tom Vilsack, who today we honor for his contributions, yes, oh, be careful, you all right? Contributions to public service. You will hear more about him later. Welcome to Richard Ball, the New York State Commissioner of Agriculture and Markets, who is here not only as a friend, but as a very proud grandfather of one of our graduates. Welcome to the friends and families of our graduates, and thank you for your sacrifices that you have made on behalf of your student. You have invested wisely in a Cobleskilll education. So would the graduating candidates stand up and turn around? And I want you to thank your avid and undying supporters who are here to witness the fruits of your collective labor. So please stand, turn around, and give them thanks. Okay, and stay standing, because we're going to welcome the faculty and staff who have shaped your lives, providing high standards, working side by side with you as colleagues in the pursuit of knowledge, and as mentors in your quest to learn about a discipline, the world, and themselves. Graduating candidates, please thank them as they begin to launch you. So. Okay, you may be seated. And of course, finally, welcome to the class of 2019. You made it, and you have done so with distinction. So why don't we give them a round of applause. To the School of Agriculture and Natural Sciences, where you've studied agriculture and food management, engineer technology, fisheries and wildlife and environmental sciences, animal and plant sciences. Welcome to the School of Business, Liberal Arts and Sciences, where you studied business information technologies, early childhood, psychology, liberal studies, including graphic design technology, communications, humanities and social science, and the natural science and mathematics. You are an extraordinary class, and it's been an extraordinary year for the college. The reason for our success is simple: dedicated faculty and staff, talented students, and a college with bold aspirations, including the vision that calls all learners to grow, to sustain, to renew the world and its citizens. Graduates, for those of you who held a leadership position in a club, an athletic team, or student government, stand up. It's an athletic exercise today, I know. Those of you, stay standing. Those of you who are ambassadors, stand up. Those of you who are peer mentors, stand up. Stand up if you performed in a community service project. Stand up if you participated in a national or international competition. Stand up if you presented your research at a conference or submitted your artwork in a show or competition. Stand up if you have an internship or you're going to graduate school or have employment opportunities after graduation. You're getting the point. You're getting the point. You're getting the point. Okay, thank you. You may be seated. That's why we're so successful. Every student was standing. The future, let's talk about it for a moment because today marks your passage into it. We know you are ready because you've been exploring it through your work, and there are many reasons why. But I'll only mention one because it began in 1916 with our founding statement. We are guided always by our founding vision that education is the hope of the world. If our young men and women are to grow quality in their lives, they must learn to direct their own thinking, their own wanting, and their own doing. You have the ability to see beyond what is current and to act. You have been taught to research phenomena not yet completely understood, encouraging curiosity and creativity, which are essential in the future of innovation in all fields. You have it all. As many of you head to your final phase, these are the internships, some of the internships you're going into. The coffee plantation in Guatemala, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, Farm Credit East, Alta Genetics, Cargill Animal Nutrition, General Dynamics Mission Systems, the Seeing Eye Incorporated, Virginia Tech, Bald Head Island Conservancy, William H. Minor Agricultural Institute, Albany Therapeutic Riding Center, Utah State University, Iroquois National Wildlife Refuge, and the State Farm, and New York State Department of Education. These are the graduate schools some of you are going to. Cornell College of Veterinary Medicine, Tufts University College of Veterinary Medicine, Clemson University, a Master of Plant and Science and Environmental Studies. And one of the students are going to Clemson in our PhD program in biological sciences. You're pursuing master's degrees at Queensland University, the University of Melbourne, Duke Christian University in global health, the University of Edinburgh in biotechnology, Thomas Jefferson University in textile design, the University of Missouri in agriculture business, and Utica College in business administration. That's quite a list, and that's not the entire list. Last year, I talked to the graduating class about disruptive innovation. Today, I think it's more fitting to talk to you about how to reinvent innovation. The world needs you, including the United Nations, who 3 years ago adopted a set of goals to end poverty, to protect the planet, and to ensure prosperity for all. 16 of the directives are found in your Cobleskilll education, be it no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, clean water and sanitation, affordable clean energy, decent work and economic growth, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below the water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institutions, and the amelioration of inequalities. As I stated earlier, you're going into the business of future making, where you will create new paradigms, push past trends, putting them aside and looking beyond what exists now. Marshall McLuhan in the 1960s said that our tools we make shape us from then on. And he talks a lot about social media. In the 1960s, he had said the power to transform human nature in social media itself. And I would agree, and I think you all would too. No matter how powerful or persuasive that message, he said, the media has changed the patterns of thought and behavior. So here are a few tips to define your way in the future. Break the rules, make new ones. Abandon what's sustaining us for what we can regenerate for ourselves. Stop looking for feedback and look for feed forward, which is to actively make positive change and design the future, knowing that there are more than just one for you to claim. Assist others if you have been assisted, remake yourself, create lessons to help test your hypotheses, surround yourself with people you want to be, continue the Cobleskilll tradition to learn and to think differently, and become an agent of reinventing innovation, rejecting the business as usual model. And I will leave you with this charge, the class of 2019, and I want you to keep me posted. You need to feed forward, start that journey, share with me your potential futures, not future, futures, because you have many before you. And what you have visualized for your emergent selves, please, please reinvent innovation. Congratulations. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the President of the College Council, Dr. Olive Scott. Dr. Scott has served in this important role for 11 years and has led the college with distinction and honor through major transitions and, yes, disruptions. Today, Coby is thriving because of the stewardship of Dr. Scott.
Good morning. On behalf of the College Council at SUNY Cobleskilll, it is also my pleasure to welcome students, family, friends, and guests to our 101st commencement ceremony. Many changes have taken place since the college admitted its first students in 1916. However, as the college has grown and changed, it has stayed true to its original charter and prides itself on programs that combine theory with practice and in the preparation of students as lifelong learners. I extend the College Council's congratulations and best wishes to our graduates as they move on into the workforce or pursue additional education. You have been well prepared for this next step. Thank you also to the parents and families of the graduates. You have played a major role in their success by providing your support and encouragement. At this time, I have the pleasure of introducing our two student speakers from class of 2019, Thomas Kuhn and Cheyenne Frost.
Thank you, Dr. Scott. August 24th, 2015. My watch is yelling at me that it's 7:50 a.m. and I'm already late to class. Who's late on their first day? I have about 5 textbooks in my practically bursting at the seams bag, which currently weighed about 50 pounds. I'm prepared for the apocalypse. I have my stapler, 3-hole punch, glue, tape, pens, pencils, highlighters, every marker color you can imagine, a pack of gum, mints, notebooks, a binder for each class, a calculator, yet I had no umbrella. I'll get to that later. I was a very typical freshman. I didn't know anyone. I was scared. I was confused on who I was, where I fit in, and what I should do with my life. Most importantly, I knew that somehow, for some reason, I was meant to be walking to Introduction to Animal Science that day, and that this was a moment that would change my life. People often think of undergraduate studies as just a stepping stone to their end goal, but it is so much more than that. Think about who you were on your first day on campus. Were you scared, lonely, excited? Maybe you had a mixture of emotions. I come from a small town. I've been the shy person my entire life. I was voted quietest in my graduating class. My voice was not one that you would hear in a crowd or even in a thinned room. A wallflower is what someone would call a person like me. Yet even with my small voice, I always had friends to protect me. I felt safe at home. SUNY Cobleskilll, that first day, even at orientation, was not a safe place for a wallflower. No one was there to protect me. I sat down at a seat in Introduction to Animal Science in a crowded Warner 120 classroom next to a classmate. Now that I look at this, what's funny is that I can remember feeling comforted that this stranger would protect me. Almost every single class for the next month, it rained. I would come to class soaked, sit in my chair, and this fellow student would always be in the same dripping wet situation. I took solace in our shared discomfort. I started to find my way. I started to find my voice and to move away from the wall and grow like a flower to the sun. Now think about all the people that you have encountered along the way. We all have some of the same characters in our stories about college. First, think about the person that doubted you. They taught you determination and respect for yourself. Then, think of the person that you aspired to be like. This person had qualities that you admired, and they inspired you to improve those qualities in yourself. Now, think of the person that supported you. They never let you give up, and their encouraging words got you through some tough times. Last, but certainly not least, think of your friend. You know the friend that you made some debatable decisions with, but also the friend that always had your back. This person taught you to love yourself and to love life. None of these people define you. No, you define yourself. These people merely allowed you to realize who you were. Think about who you are today. You changed since your first day here. Your time at SUNY Cobleskilll has made you a better person. So don't treat it as if it was just something that you had to get through. Treat it as an achievement, as something to be proud of, and a time of personal growth. Today, I stand before you as no longer a wallflower, but a rose, just blooming with barely a scent. I know that I have not nearly reached my full bloom, and I have a lot more growing left to do, just as we all do. Before the fall, I had a very important decision to make, a life-changing decision. I could have been setting sail or taking a plane to Grenada, a small island in the Caribbean, attending St. George's Veterinary School as a doctor of veterinary medicine candidate. Or I could have been staying closer to home and attending Cornell University's School of Veterinary Medicine in the Masters of Public Health program. I decided on Cornell, but I wasn't scared of this decision. Cobleskilll has taught me that I should not be nervous, that I need to embrace what I don't know, and that I will always have protection. I don't need the protection of my friends because I have learned to grow to protect myself. I have found my voice, and even though it may not be the loudest, it is a voice all my own. As you move on from SUNY Cobleskilll, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of letting new people into your life because you never know how they will impact you. More importantly, don't be afraid of the changes that you will ultimately see in yourself. Embrace them and let them guide you to becoming a better version of you. I challenge you to never forget SUNY Cobleskilll, what you learned here, or the people that you encountered, and to always be the change that you need. Don't forget, always carry an umbrella. You never know when you'll need a bit of protection. And now I'd like to introduce my fellow classmate, Thomas Kuhn.
Thank you, Cheyenne and Dr. Scott. It is such a great honor for me to share this experience with the fellow students, faculty, and staff who have truly become family in my time here at our beloved SUNY Cobleskilll. Family, a unit, a common bond, a shared lineage, and unconditional love. When I think of SUNY Cobleskilll, a place which has molded so much of who I have become as a young leader, agriculturalist, and man, family is ultimately the theme I am left struck with. Of course, our graduating class is full of students with diverse backgrounds and experiences, so naturally, family means something different to each of us. Some of my classmates come from the most densely populated and bustling portions of Manhattan, while others hail from the lonesome upstate crossroads of Hamilton County, where in fact to this day, not a single permanent traffic light stands in the entire county. Though we come from backgrounds as diverse as we are, I believe we can agree on a few key values we have all experienced and shared as a family in our time here at Cobleskilll. In my personal experience, I see a genuine care for fellow students from each of the young people who call this place home. So many of the fine individuals I've had the pleasure of knowing only through this institution would quite literally give me the shirt off their back or the boots off of their feet in a personal time of need. Another key value of our family culture here at the college is the spirit of genuine support we all show for each other and experience from others. As each of us graduates go forth from this place, I believe it is of the utmost importance that we continue to foster that spirit of support in every one of our personal relationships. It is no secret that our generation will be faced with challenges that will equal or even surpass the importance of those faced by recent generations. Among these include questions regarding resource scarcity, a public who is largely removed from production agriculture and thus unaware of where their food comes from, and yes, an ever-changing and dynamic climate that will require us to be more audacious than ever when it comes to growing the precious crops needed to feed the world. These are challenges that will force us to heal old wounds and to unite people who have never even met before. But there is some tremendous news for all of us graduates here today. United by our SUNY Cobleskilll education in agriculture, arts and sciences, and technology, we are conceivably among those best equipped to tackle these challenges. Agriculture and technology are perhaps the two forces which have the greatest influence on the lives of each of the 7.69 billion people who call our earth home. So I say to my fellow agriculture, arts and sciences, and technology graduates, when the storm clouds of these future and real problems are brewing, let it not be said that we didn't respond collectively with our boots on or our pens in hand and the throttles wide open. I would, of course, be remiss if I failed to recognize my blood family that is here with me today on this most special of days. My parents, my kid brother, my cousin, and 3 of my 4 wonderful grandparents. If it were not for your constant love and words of wisdom that were a continual source of support over these last 3 years, I truly would not have had the drive to accomplish all that I have in my collegiate career. I would also like to recognize a few special faculty and staff. Dr. Jason Evans, Dr. Sophie Ano, Professor Steve Weir, and Mr. Matthew Barney. Each of you, in a special way, have been the most ardent supporters of all my projects, efforts, undertakings, and personal growth here at the college, and for that, I am forever grateful. Lastly, my sincere gratitude goes out to our SGA president, Cheyenne Matulowicz, who selflessly abdicated her speaking slot at commencement in the spirit of allowing the graduating class to have 2 student voices here today. Cheyenne, your selflessness and self-sacrifice certainly don't go unnoticed. Before I go, I would like to send with you a quote from one of my favorite historic political figures who also happens to echo my personal view regarding the power of human resourcefulness, former President George H.W. Bush. Bush said, "No problem of human making is too great to be overcome by human ingenuity, human energy, and the untiring hope of the human spirit." As each of us graduates move into the next stage of life, I challenge all of us to do what so many in our modern world neglect to do. Choose a cause you believe in, educate yourself on the opinions of those on all sides of the argument, and fight tirelessly to be the change you want to see in the world. Because any cause you deem worthy of your personal concern and attention is a cause worth fighting for. Congratulations, class of 2019. Let's do this together.
Thank you, Tom and Cheyenne. Cheyenne, I'm sorry, I should say. I'm thinking about Cheyenne as well. These students make us very proud of all of our SUNY Cobleskilll students. So now I would like to honor 3 members of the campus community who have contributed to the success of today's graduates. They are the 2019 recipients of the State University's most prestigious honors, the Chancellor's Award for Excellence. It is a distinct pleasure to present each with medallions to recognize their exceptional achievement. Professor Eric Hage, Professor Doug Hammond, and Vice President Bonnie Martin will assist me in the presentation. They can come forward. The first recipient, Kevin Moore, will today be receiving the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Adjunct Teaching. Would Kevin please join us on stage? Kevin has a long history as an adjunct here at SUNY Cobleskilll, and what I've learned also is that he has taken it upon himself to also serve as a mentor for other part-time faculty. So congratulations, Kevin. Our second recipient is Raymond Rose, the recipient of the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Professional Service. Would Ray please come forward? Ray is a member of our Agricultural Engineering Department, and from what I understand, Ray is a can-do kind of guy. If you need something, Ray's going to help you. Congratulations, Ray. And our third recipient is Donna McGill. Donna is the recipient of the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Classified Service. If Donna would please join us on the platform. If any of you students out there have ever had a job on campus, and those of us who work on campus, you know Donna McGill, who's in charge of all things payroll. We depend on her. Congratulations, Donna. Congratulations. Thank you, everyone. The honorary doctorate degree is the highest form of recognition offered by the Board of Trustees at the State University of New York. The honorary doctorate is awarded after a rigorous review process to men and women whose distinctive lives and significant achievements serve as examples of our aspirations for our diverse student body. So I would like to read from the honorary degree. Thomas J. Vilsack, through a distinguished career of service spanning the pinnacles of local, state, and national office for more than 30 years, you have served with virtue and tireless dedication. From humble beginnings to earning your degree from Albany Law School, an institution with which we proudly partner, to positions of prominent leadership, your commitment, particularly to rural America, serves to inspire. As two-term governor of Iowa, your record reflects careful consideration and implementation of initiatives to increase educational funding, enliven agriculture, and expand economic opportunity. Your gubernatorial legacy is marked by collaboration between business, government, and community, and is sustained by your continued impact as a public servant. As the longest-serving member of President Obama's original cabinet, your 2008 appointment to the post of Secretary of Agriculture prompted invigorated advocacy in support of farmers and environmental defense. Your actions and policies directly fortified the interweave between agriculture, technology, business, and the arts and culture ecosystem, while compelling unprecedented innovation in and for rural America. Your focus on securing consistent access to food for all achieved bipartisan support, helping to provide a safe, nutritious food supply for millions. As President and CEO of the U.S. Dairy Export Council, you are a champion for American farmers and dedicated to growing the global market for U.S. dairy products. It is with great pride that our institution hosts you here today. Your unwavering resolve to build a better nation aligns with the vision, missions, and value of our college and places us in dignified company. For your considerable achievements and personification of the highest character, the State University of New York is proud to award you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa. Congratulations. Get it ready. Get it ready.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York, I confer upon Mr. Thomas Vilsack the degree of Doctor of Science.
Madam President, thank you very, very much. And it certainly is an honor to be here this morning to welcome and to congratulate the class of 2019. I know a little something about commencement speeches. I know you're supposed to do three things. One, you're supposed to provide advice. Two, you're supposed to provide a challenge. And three, you're supposed to be short. I will do my best on all three. Let me get the advice out of the way first. Check to make sure the diploma is signed. I had a graduation where I didn't get the diploma. That's why I give you that piece of advice. I'm honored to be here today because I think this college has the right vision, not only for its students, but for this country, the nation, and the world, to be a premier institution of higher learning dedicated to agriculture, technology, and the sciences. It's a bold vision, and it's the right vision. You know, I started thinking about the class of 2019 and what you've been exposed to in terms of popular culture. And it occurs to me that you grew up at a time when the Avengers and Marvel Comics, heroes of all kinds, took on enormous challenges. And then I started thinking back to my time. There was a movie called The Graduate, which was a famous movie back in my time. And it was about a search for meaning. And one of the classic scenes of that movie is Dustin Hoffman emerging and being presented with the question of, what are you going to do with your life? And receiving the advice in one word, plastics. The suggestion was that the future was going to be in plastics. Two very contrasting visions. One, a vision of accepting the enormous challenge ahead, believing that one person can make a difference and all people must try, and the other focusing on plastics. Every generation of Americans has been tasked with an enormous challenge of contributing to a more perfect union. The generation of my parents fought the World War II, suffered through the Depression, and built an incredibly robust economy. People of my generation, I believe, have expanded significantly civil rights in so many different areas. Your challenge, in my view, is an even larger one. You're confronted with a rapidly changing climate that's going to challenge everything we do and how we do everything we do. Your generation will be challenged to take the steps locally, nationally, and globally to make us more resilient, to adapt and to mitigate to the consequences of a changing climate. And so, if I were recasting The Graduate, I wouldn't say plastics. I would say food and agriculture. And here's why. But before I do, graduates, let me just speak to the rest of the folks here, because I know since you're graduating from this university, you already know what I'm about to say about food and agriculture. But the rest of the folks may not. Which is that we are a more secure nation here in the United States, in large part because our farmers have created the most efficient and most productive agriculture in the world that allows us to have the distinction of being a food secure nation. A nation that does not have to depend on any other nation for food. And I can tell you that there are many powerful nations in the world today that are less powerful than the United States, in part because they must rely on the United States and others for food. Not only are we a food secure nation, but we have the benefit of being able to get out of a grocery store with more resources, more of our paychecks in our pockets than anyone in the world. We spend roughly 9% of our pay on food. Most people in the developed world will spend 20 to 25%, in some cases in the developing world, 50%. We have greater flexibility, more options available to us because of the efficient production system of our food and agriculture industry. Our food and agriculture industry is often not understood to be the large employer that it is. In fact, 43 million people are employed in the food and agriculture industry, making it the single largest employer in the United States. 28% of the entire workforce of the U.S. is in the food and agriculture industry. And it represents roughly 20% of our overall economy. So you see, we have incredible advantages. And for those of us who were not farmers, at the time we graduated from college, or the time we graduated with an associate's degree, or the time we graduated with an advanced degree, we didn't stop and think about the necessity of getting an acre or two that we'd have to plant to make sure that our families were fed. We knew all we had to do was get a job and get a paycheck, and we could go to a grocery store. You see, American agriculture and the food and agriculture industry has given each of us the flexibility to pursue our hopes and dreams and aspirations in a wide variety of professions and occupations that has allowed us to create the most complex economy in the world. All of that, a relatively small percentage of the people who work the land. So let us start with an appreciation for what people do in the food and agriculture industry, and let you, class of 2019, be the generation that takes us to the next level. You can be the generation that takes big data, that works on blockchain, that embraces precision agriculture, that uses drones and sensors to understand and appreciate the wide variety of every single acre of land in this country, so that we begin the process of reducing the amount of inputs and the carbon footprint that allows us to be more resilient, to adapt better, and to mitigate the consequences of a changing climate. You can be the generation that understands how to use water efficiently, not to take it for granted, how to reuse water, because we will be faced in parts of this country during your lifetime with water shortages. And clearly the globe will be faced with water shortages. You must be the generation that allows us to figure out better uses of water, of seed technology that will allow us to do more with less, of an embracing of science and an understanding of the power of science to make a difference, and a belief in science. You can be the generation that embraces renewable energy and fuel made from a wide variety of feedstocks. You can be the generation that builds a bio-based manufacturing economy in the country, where we take every aspect of agricultural production, including waste product, and we turn it into something more valuable, creating better paying jobs for Americans. You can be the generation that teaches us how to reduce food waste. Where a third of our food today is wasted, it is the single largest component of solid waste in landfills. It creates methane that is currently making it more difficult for us to deal with this issue of climate. You can be the generation that creates the ecosystem markets that results in more contributions to land conservation and carbon sequestration. You can be the generation that gives rise to more entrepreneurial opportunities through local and regional food systems and the businesses that operate those systems. What's the result of all that work? A more resilient nation, continued food security, a generation that can continue to enjoy options with their lives, paycheck flexibility. You can share that knowledge and technology with the world so that we not only have national food security, but as importantly, global food security. You can help us create a more perfect union, and in doing so, you can help preserve the value system that is so central to all of this. And let me finish with just a brief story about that value system so that you understand what's at stake, class of 2019. As a governor, I had the opportunity to be a commander-in-chief of National Guard troops. It was one of the great honors of being governor. It is a tremendous treasure that we have in this country, where people sacrifice themselves. It has been a long period of time that our country has been at war in various parts of the world, and our National Guard is called upon from time to time to serve in those war-torn areas. I had the responsibility not only of encouraging and sending off our National Guard troops, but also of welcoming them back home. But unfortunately and sadly, 41 of our good citizens never came home. And it's the job of a governor to reach out to family members to express concerns and condolences. I share with you a conversation I had with a woman by the name of Olivia Smith. Mrs. Smith was the mother of 2 young children. She'd been married to Bruce Smith for over 20 years. She worked part-time, did not have a college degree. Her husband, Bruce, was a mechanic who worked in a small town, West Liberty, Iowa, town of 3,000 folks, and Bruce had been in the National Guard for over 20 years. He served not 1, not 2, but 3 tours of duty in Iraq. Bruce was a helicopter pilot, and his job was to ferry people from one neighborhood in Baghdad to the next because it was too dangerous to drive from neighborhood to neighborhood. On one day, as he was ferrying a number of troops, a handheld missile hit his helicopter. And as it was explained to me that Bruce and his co-pilot had a brief second to make a decision whether or not to sacrifice themselves in order to encourage and increase the risk of an opportunity for those on board to live, or whether to basically protect himself and his co-pilot and putting those in the back of the helicopter at greater risk. Bruce did what he was trained to do and what you would expect him to do, coming from small town, rural America. He put himself and his co-pilot at risk. They both perished on that day. But 17 people lived because of his heroic action. When I talked to his wife, I found it incredibly difficult to find the words to express how I felt and how she must be feeling. I stumbled. I hesitated. And midway through my first set of comments, this wonderful woman said, "Governor, I know this is difficult, but I have it figured out." And it occurred to me how odd. Within 24 hours of knowing that your life had been turned upside down, your husband of over 20 years gone, you now have the responsibility of raising these 2 kids by yourself with a part-time job, and you had it figured out. She said, "The way I have it figured, those 17 people needed Bruce more in that split second than I will need him the rest of my life." I tell you that story because it says what is great about this country and about what is great about those who work and live and raise families in small rural communities that are the backbone of this country. It says about a man who understood that this country provides incredible benefits to all of us, liberties and freedoms that are unmatched anywhere, and that it requires sacrifice on the part of some, and in some cases, unequal sacrifice. It is a value system that led Mrs. Smith to understand that at times the country does indeed ask more of some than others, and that those who are asked more need to respond. Class of 2019, you are the generation that we now rely on to make this country more resilient, to make a more perfect union. It is a tough task. It is a hard task. But you are now equipped with one of the best educations in the world. You're now equipped with the confidence to go forward to make a difference in your life, in your community's life, in your country's life, and in the world. Now, I understand that you want to party this weekend. And that's okay. But Monday, get to work. Congratulations.
Thank you, Secretary Vilsack. I think that we would all agree that if there is any group ready to meet the challenges that you set forward, it's the SUNY Cobleskilll graduates. Yes. Academic achievement is at the heart of all educational institutions, and at SUNY Cobleskilll, it is an area I point to with great pride. Today, I would like to recognize some of the best and the brightest members of the class of 2019. One graduate has earned the State University's highest honor for students and deserves special recognition. Allison Finch, an animal science major, was the recipient of the Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence. Allison was formally presented with her award by Chancellor Johnson at a ceremony in Albany last month, and I would like her to please stand and be recognized for her achievements at this time. Congratulations on being ranked among SUNY's finest. I'm also very proud that 2 student athletes have been honored by the State University of New York for their academic and athletic achievements this year. They are recipients of the Chancellor's Scholar Athlete Awards. Both of the recipients are graduating today. Tianarn Pan, a biotechnology major and member of the men's swimming and diving team, and Amanda Pelosi, an animal science major who participated in equestrian sports, are both here today. Would Tianarn and Amanda please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Next are members of our campus honor societies, the Cobleskilll chapter of Phi Theta Kappa, the International Honor Society for 2-year college students, Epsilon Pi Tau, the National Honor Society for 4-year students, Chi Alpha Epsilon, the National Honor Society for the Educational Opportunity Program, Beta Beta Beta, the Honor Society for Biological Sciences, and our newest honor society, Delta Alpha Pi, the International Honor Society for Students with Disabilities. These are exceptional students whose achievements have brought national attention to our campus. Graduating members of Phi Theta Kappa, Epsilon Pi Tau, and Chi Alpha Epsilon, along with Tri Beta and Delta Alpha Pi, please stand and be recognized. The college also honors graduates who have achieved academic honors through the fall semester. These students are wearing gold cords, signifying exceptional academic achievement, and are listed in the commencement program as having achieved honors. You will notice that they are designated Latin honors based upon their grade point average, and some of these students have consistently earned a GPA of 4.0. We also celebrate graduates of the college's honors program, an initiative that provides highly qualified students with the opportunity to challenge themselves intellectually. Students in the program take specially designed courses, complete a capstone project, and maintain a GPA of 3.5 or higher each semester. To recognize their achievements, they are wearing distinctive cream and orange stoles. Would graduates who have received academic honors and members of the honors program please stand and be recognized? Not all of our graduates here today have studied on the SUNY Cobleskilll campus, but instead have completed their studies through a degree completion program offered at one of our partner community college campuses. Would graduates from our partner campuses of Rockland Community College, Hudson Valley Community College, and Jefferson Community College, along with their faculty members George Repick and Brian White, please stand and be recognized? As part of our commitment to veterans, we recognize graduates who valiantly serve in our country's armed forces. These students are wearing red, white, and blue cords. Would our veterans and active members of the armed forces please stand and be recognized? Thank you for your dedicated service. To the class of 2019, please accept my sincere congratulations. I hope that you are as proud of your accomplishments at Cobleskilll as the faculty and staff are of you. I wish you great success in your future endeavors. President Terenzio, we are now ready to proceed with the awarding of degrees. You ready? At this time, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the following candidates for associate degrees who, when certified by the faculty, will have completed all college and departmental requirements for the Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Science, Associate of Occupational Studies, and Associate of Arts. Marshals, please bring forward the graduates. You go ahead. So now we'll wait for them.
I'm stealing your sunshine. In a second. Okay. How tall do they think I am?
No, you won't.
Apparently I shrunk since last year. Matulowicz. Oh, you're fine right where you are. You're first. Just let them kind of get going. Tell me when you're ready. The sun is out, and here we go. Cheyenne Matulowicz. Devin J. Sussin. Jacob S. Demarest. Colin Mark Miller. Andrew R. Picorni. Scott LaBouffe. Eric Bartlett Jr. Jacob Hoyt. Caroline Marie Wetzel. Kiera Monet Washington. Sarah Carmen. Hold on, Matt. Matthew Lloyd Wellington. Pedro Suarez. Jellyanne Rivera. Christopher J. Morandi. Michael Sanchez Nieves. Kyle Courtwright. Benjamin D. Kursowich. Dylan Clark. Elena Boyce. Hold on a second. Victoria Elizabeth Golden. Sorry.
Those are great.
Kathleen Marie Derma. Kayla M. Cross. Hilda Kleinsasser. Addie Edmonds. Don't stumble. Schaefer. Taylor Schaefer. Casey M. Van Valkenburg. Say it again. No. Hannah Jude Dennert. Mariah Mackenzie Lindeman. Melanie A. Reitmeyer. Hofstale. Madison Taylor Hofstale. Rhiannon Macy Waters. Karen Elizabeth Weller. Stephen T. Gilbert. Daniel Beavers. Breathe, Bryson. Bryson R. Franick.
Hey, Bryson. Love you.
Skylar Hand. Shane Raymond Riska. Barry James Naden III. Catherine Santoro. Amber Bernice Stefani. Jacob Calvin Harrington. Ryan McLenithan. Joseph Scott Rowland. Liam McMurray. Angelo. Jeremy Angelo. Kyle Kafer. Jordan Parker. Give me a second. Samantha Teresa Metz. Anthony Kobe. Emma Catherine Dodd. Marissa Martin. Salazar. Diana Salazar. Tiffany Ann Wilsey. Diana Panora. Frederick Peters. You're going to tell me how to say it. Lekowitz. Yeah. Tina Marie Lekowitz. Tanaya Chantel Solomon. Tyler William Ferguson. Benjamin C. Ledane. Matthew DeJager. Hold up. James Richard Blasey. Get the easy ones wrong. Andrew Michael Alcock. Charles M. Hall. Zachary David Murray. Just a little closer. Alyssa Marie Cody. Michaela R. Sheridan. Sarah G. Fessner. Amanda Jane Crow. Prescott David Smith. Brock Anthony Nelson. Theodore E. Nugent. Caleb Brizzy. Stephanie Alexandria Ruland. Teresa Ann Clem. Aller or Aller? Brian Gerald Van Aller. Curtis R. Aber. Thank you, Josie. Antonio Ricardo Bourne. Got to get that name in. Nolan Inoa. Willie Lee Wilson III. Bradley Gallardo. Jesse Roy Berglund. Riley J. Phillips. Wide, right? Edward Weidman Jr. Tessa Lee Harris.
President Terenzio, all associate degree candidates in attendance have now been presented.
Not yet, not yet. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York, I confer upon these candidates, when duly certified by the faculty, the degrees of Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Science, Associate of Occupational Studies, and Associates of Arts. Graduates, please move your tassels from the right to the left, and congratulations.
President Terenzio, we are now ready to confer baccalaureate degrees. I think they're ready too. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the following candidates for bachelor's degrees, who, when certified by the faculty, will have completed all college and departmental requirements for the Bachelor of Technology, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Business Administration. Marshals, please bring forward the graduates.
Step on you at all? Nope. Okay. It's too stressful. Let them get settled first. Okay. That should be good. So halfway through. On your seats. Got it. You're doing okay? Okay. Here we go again. Amanda Jean Pelosi. Tianran Pan. Allison Lorraine Summer Finch. Cheyenne May Frost. Jacobus. You did it. Thomas Jacobus Kuhn. Samantha L. Jackson. Mingji Yang. Xiao Jiang. Kenny Yi. Just waiting. Heather Elizabeth Moranville. Not that you know her or anything. Olivia Manchester. Allison Gelinas. Nicole Marie Nawrot. Taylor L. Pearson. Kelly M. Doolin. April Rose Goki. Harry House. Colin J. Clark. Daria Jean Sparks. Hold on, not Donnie. Donald J. Fawnin. Sarah Michaels. Congratulations. Hold up, Nick. Nicholas J. Weirman. Joseph U. Merriam. Jacob Chandler. Trevor O.G. Bentley. Olya Alexandra Rizzo. Marin, right? Marin Elizabeth Sadler. Chase Robert Weingard. Congratulations. Zachary T. Haskin. Let them talk. Yeah. Alyssa Larrabee. Olivia Grace Madison. Melissa Emily Renee Snare. Emily Ann Reamer. Mariah. Mariah Crandall. Deshaun or Deshaun? Deshaun Nelson. Finesse T. Del Monte. Chelsea Josephine Bailey. Here we go, Nyasia Butta Jefferson. She wanted the Butta. Brianna Dominique Houston. What is Jamila? Jamila Fairclough. Maya Fairclough. Chanel Taylor Burke. Courtney Linda Camille Cook. Sydney Ficarata. Nakia Wilson. Taylor Robinson. Derek W. Rebot. Brandon Tow Truck Forster. Hunter Ray Hedges. Eric K. Matheson. Oh, I got it. I got this. Claudette Canigliaro. Andrew Paschke. Kat Worth. Jasmine Keys. Haley B. Frederick. Austin Robert Zweck. Nicholas Andrew Petru. Joshua A. Hedinger. Mackenzie Renee Pasquini. Andrew Thomas Cushman. Robin Nicole Krauthamel. Nicole Bosco. Jesse Delenn Dixon. Brandon Joseph Cosma. Kayla Marie Ball. Emily Christine Potter. Rachel Hannah Blau. Allison Elkers Bush. Give us a second. There we go. Sabrina Tiffany Underwood. Larkin M. Cooper. Michelle Ann Hadoff. Andrew McFadden. Andrew Henry Potter. Danny Anne Marie Webb. Matthew Hiltz. Patrick Michael. Shelby Seeley. Alexandra Tindera Geisler. You're welcome. Dana Cheyenne Dagler. Is that mine? Just give me a second. Serena J. Morse. Thank you. Tyler James Michaels. Thank you. Richard Lee Lawson III. Mary Christina Morosky. You want all this? I'm sorry, that wasn't meant for the microphone. Michelle Renita Myers the first. Kenneth O. Johnson. Christina Elizabeth Langston. Rachel Marie Morris. John Ephron Soto. Thank you. Now you jinxed me. Ryan Jacob Goodwin. Michael R. Intreri. Daniel Wyndham Hodge Neller. Benjamin J. Bohm. Brian Warner. Talon Lee Johnson. Christian Garrett Osterhout. Cody Evan Pinkowski. Connor Hawk Cubitt. Gavin Bailey Cobb. Autumn Patricia Butler. Michael Lynn Kammer. Xavier Cumberbatch. Thomas J. Hottie. Bailey Catherine O'Grady. Shanice Pierre Braithwaite. It's Brathwaite, I screwed up. Linda M. Blesser. Dominique Tracy. Shannon M. Perrone.
You want one of those? Yes. Okay. I want to be like.
Is it Bissio or Bissio? Joseph Mark Bissio.
Right there.
Stephen Snyder. Beth Harrison. Adel Turnauer. Aaliyah N. Hickson. William Alexander Massman. Sean Roswell Herbert McCara. Joshua Noel Bautista. Noah Riley Pine. Raymond Warlick. Cody Christopher Flanagan. Nicholas Philip Akins. Rachel Lauren Butler. Sarah C. Worcester. Emily Ann Nathan. Quinn Hurley Porter. Kira Ann Fogg. Caitlin Marie Keller. Leah Celine LaTourette. She doesn't think I know her name. Janelle Kathleen Cross. The one and only Mariah Lou Leslie. Caitlin M. Hunt. Thank you. Angelica J. Armlin Sorgan. Joshua James Faust. Henry John Wagner. Ream. Stephen Lawrence Ream. Justin Peter Fairbrother. Maya Faith Nasta. Colby R. Slezak. Haley Mariah Keff. Wow. Devin Bell. Callie A. Oakes. Megan Mackenzie Porter. Tia Arlene DiCarlo. Jessica Marie McLaughlin. Jordan Marie Spina. Michaela Jean Charlone. Hyungjiang Rebecca No. Rebecca M. Jones. Ashley Lynn Ellers. Jessica Ann Marie Prue.
There you go. Enough for you and him.
Steiger. Morgan Steiger. Christopher Ishmael Santos. Richard Gregory Brisky. I heard an awe. Joseph Miles. Christopher Brizzy. Andrew Skombick. Amanda Elizabeth Munger. Elizabeth John. Emily Joyce Lynn. Caitlin Ann Lawson. Nicholas Crone. Zachary Pick. Jake Muller. Shaquille Nazir. Brianna Nicole Vasquez. Jimmy Cluse. Stone Davis. Richard Peeler. James V. Kane. Kevin Dignas. Robert Emmett Kane III. Noah C. Kischuk. Mariah Chanel Meacham. Brandon Kyle Booker. Thank you. Mitchell A. Light. Helen N. Powers. Kate Preston. Melissa Marie Pistor. Mary Frances Elizabeth Chmielewski. Lucinda Dittmer. Jameson Lewis. Ryan Gallup. Caitlin A. Goodermote. Martha Lopez. Anjane Danielle Williams. Glory De Silva. Kasim Dawood. Amanda Lynn Hauk. Melinda Lee Mullen. Kira Taylor Guadalupe. Sierra N. Devlin. Danielle Kepler. Devin Alexandra Lewis. Natasha Marie Maurer. Corey Mark Walton. Giving that one back to you. Yael S. Goldstein. Ingrid Kolka. Is that an N or an R? Shagru? Emily Shagru. Eric W. Sennett. Garrett S. Vigrass. Tristan A. Bauer. Colin Michael Hisney. Lacey Catherine Becker. Catherine Piscatello. Dylan Roger Winterhalter. Jonathan E.P. Highland. Congratulations. Jeffrey Gregory Escala. I think it's going to be a while over there. Hold on a second. I know. Okay, she's done. Taylor Ann Clerkin. Mary Elizabeth Voorhees. Valerie Kate Mabin. Ostrander? Adina Ostrander. Chris Duval. Nate Carinci. William Butcher. Michael F. Greiner. Ashley Elizabeth Kent. Sarah Catherine Diamante. Tristan L. Van Valkenburg. Andrea Peyton Chrisawati. Taylor Elizabeth Ball. Victoria Marie Waranovich. Odyssey Duran. Kaylee Lynn Pierre. Christina C. Scaparata. Alexandra Merlo. Kathleen Tara Donovan. Charles C.J. Weiland. Shamdu Horsted. Tara Casilla. Congratulations. Gavin Post. Jennifer R. Weingarten. Lily K. Kocher. Amanda Lynn LaRusso. Summer Hayes Lynch. James Francis Kervick IV. Catherine G. Hopkins. Logan Douglas Lefebvre. Allison Nicole Austin. Andrew Scott Acom. Ashley Leona Robbins. Amy Williams. Zachary Crone. Dylan Paul Frame. Edward Grishai. Sabrina Morgan Kowalski. Adris Grant. Franco J. Chaffee. Gustavo Adolfo Mazariego Lemos. Throw me off, man. Catherine Gonzalez. All your fault. Fetlaja Otillion. Matthew Maldonado. He needs my job. Christopher A. Donovan. Melissa Ann Kiersing. Gemma June McKee. Regina Lynn Burns. Christopher G. Williams. Patrick McGovern. Joseph Nocella. Brad Canry. Eric L. Lilland. Sean Robert Degnan. Edwin Tequila Martinez. Yeah. Tatiana Genevieve Carleo. Ashlyn Brooke Ratner.
Oh, Ashlyn!
Reina Chavarria. Cameron M. Rue. Cody Alexander Latimer. Joshua Barosny. Sungsik Young. Chris Kawachi. You want those ones? Salika Zuena Shillingford. Got this. Quadisha Tatiana Lindo. What was the next one? Nitasia Lulu McMurrin. Anthony McNeil. Travis Hamilton. Caitlin Kristen Nicolosi. Stephanie Marie Duvall. Mercedes Hernandez Pareño.
Right here.
Lindsay M. Wanitz. Sabrina Sinead Long. Chantel Dopp. Austin D. Reed.
Sorry, Michael. I'm sorry.
Stephanie Augustin. Judith S. Motolinia. Michael Joseph Aceta.
Yeah, Michael. You did it.
Christina Francis Fuller. Morgan P. Kramer. Dakota Mariah Kane. Jessica P. Holden. Kelly A. Hatton. Okay. Mary Elizabeth LaPlante. What were you going to tell me? Tori Michelle Frommuth and Grizzly. Let's give them a second. LaGuire. Sarah Elizabeth LaGuire. Vanessa Elizabeth, oh my gosh, 3 to go. Vanessa Isabel Martinez Pena. Linnea C. Miller. Amanda Lynn Miller.
President Terenzio, all bachelor's degree candidates in attendance have now been presented.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York, I confer upon these candidates, when duly certified by the faculty, the degrees of Bachelor of Technology, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Business Administration. Graduates, please move your tassels from the right to the left, and congratulations. this time, please join me in welcoming Emily Purvis of the Alumni Association, class of 2003.
This is so much better than last year, I just have to say. On behalf of the SUNY Cobleskilll Alumni Association, congratulations, graduates. We are honored to share this 101st commencement with you, your families, your teachers, and mentors. I'm here today to make 3 promises. We're almost finished. That's number 1. I will be short. That's number 2. And third, you're now part of an amazing alumni network. Welcome to the Alumni Association, a group which provides a connection that serves as an extended family of thousands of other graduates. More than 30,000 have called themselves an alum since the college graduated its first class. You each represent different attributes that make SUNY Cobleskilll so exceptional. Your accomplishments, future successes, your values, and the way you choose to live and work will reflect the educational traditions of SUNY Cobleskilll. We encourage you to stay connected with us and your fellow grads. With technology these days, it's not really that hard. Let us know if you've moved or changed your email address. If you're called upon to serve, say yes and give it a chance. You just don't know where it may lead you if you don't give it a try. Consider hosting an internship or mentoring students or serving as a college ambassador to future students. Your experience is valuable and creditable should applicants and their families want to talk to a recent grad. At some point, you may also be asked to give, and I'm proud to say that many alum participate philanthropically. No amount is too small, and all gifts ensure that scholarships and great programs on campus can continue. I can guarantee there are multiple people and programs that have made your time here extra special. Pick one of those and honor it with a gift that will help support the future. Your education and experience matter. They are significant, and they will help change the world. We're very proud of your accomplishments, and congratulations to all of you.
To the class of 2019, I wish to extend best wishes on behalf of the faculty and the staff of SUNY Cobleskilll. You, your family, and your friends should be proud of what you have accomplished. We certainly are. We also wish each of you much success in the years ahead. I ask that all our guests remain in your seats until the procession concludes, and then please join us for a reception to honor our graduates and their families located in the field house. Now please rise for the singing of our alma mater. You'll find the verses inside the cover of our program, and the alma mater will be led by the SUNY Cobleskilll Choir.
At this time, I would declare the graduation exercises closed.
Congratulations, class of 2019. Today is a tremendous milestone and achievement for you, your family, and friends. It is also a time of reflection and wonder about what comes next. As your Chancellor, I've had the privilege to meet many of you and your outstanding faculty and staff during my visits to 60 of the SUNY campuses. Some of you joined me on the rooftops of homes in Puerto Rico as we helped repair the damage caused by Hurricanes Irma and Maria. SUNY Maritime sent its training ship, the Empire State 6, and about 500 cadets, while more than 30 campuses sent students and faculty to Puerto Rico during the summer of 2018 and this year's winter break. Others of you volunteered your time with me to assemble comfort bags at Downstate Medical Center as part of SUNY's Got Your Back campaign. Still others of you at Clinton Community College shared with me the latest advancements in manufacturing taking place within the Institute for Advanced Manufacturing, a 30,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility designed and equipped to provide the best hands-on technology training and support. At Cortland, I celebrated your sesquicentennial and met exceptional students, including those in our Educational Opportunity Program. And at Cobleskilll, students and faculty introduced me to the GPS-equipped John Deere tractor that, with the help of a series of satellites, moves along preset lines through a training field behind Curtis Mott Hall on campus. Many of you also took a selfie with me, such as those of you at Nassau Community College. That selfie landed in the pages of Newsday. I learned at SUNY Canton how the esports team is giving students a unique sense of school pride and expanding our concept of collegiate competition. And I don't think there's any better state for food than our own great state of New York. Our culinary programs are among the finest. To the students who created my inauguration ice cream at SUNY Morrisville, I will never forget how delicious it tasted. At Stony Brook University, we inducted one of my mentors and your alumnus, President Emeritus John Hennessy, into the Distinguished Alumni Hall of Fame. Thank you for including me in discussions about your research, applied learning opportunities, poetry, and inventions. The saying goes that success breeds success, and with your diploma in hand, you are on a path to capture the opportunities available in our increasingly global society. Some of you already have jobs lined up, others are waiting for that call back, and still others considering options for further education or which career step to take next. My parting piece of advice to the class of 2019 is to continue to be open to new ideas, keep learning, and stay optimistic about the future. We are so proud of you.
Congratulations!